is it is it kind of cathartic to have another avenue to create music that doesn't have to fit the mold of Finger 11?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, that's how it started. To be honest, that's just where it started from. We were on the road a lot. We were living. We started relating to the music. We started writing and listening to a lot of old '60s and '70s country music, Towns Van Zandt, and that universe, poetic country about living a hard living lifestyle. And at the time, we were drinking so heavily, drinking so much whiskey, and we were touring like constantly and just barely sleeping and partying all the time. And talking about this kind of music sort of spoke to us. And once we um, once we started writing it for fun, which is how it started. We started it. We Blackie Jackett Jr. originally was the idea of like a guy, like this guy that lived this crazy lifestyle. We would write songs sort of in his brain,
Hmm.
but we sort of quickly learned that the songs we thought we were making up about a made up guy were exactly our lives and the lives we were living. So we just said, all right, let's just keep writing. He's not really a guy that'll just be the name of the band. And um, we started writing, and the songs started. They were fun, and they one thing that was really cool about it was that in Figure 11, Scott's the lyricist, so this gave me and James a chance to write lyrics and tell stories and write, our thoughts, and because the music so obviously would never apply to Figure 11, it was it gave us a lot of freedom to just try whatever we wanted, right? And that became just a daily thing, and we both fell in love with it like heavily, just it's really rewarding. It's a lot of fun. We actually, yeah, we've actually we got a single coming out next year from Blackie Jackett.
Amazing. Where did the comedic element to the songs come in? I mean, my two favorite songs are Bender, which has the comedic
Yeah,
element, and then To See Your Face Again, which isn't comedic. It's a little sad, but there's kind of a chain of comedic elements going through the album, the 2018 album.
absolutely.
Anyways, where does that come from?
I think just there's a style of country that had that, and like I don't know if you know who Shel Silverstein is, but he's a song. He was in like Doctor Hook, but he's a songwriter. He's got a real sense of humor to his. He's the guy who wrote like A Boy Named Sue, the
Oh
Johnny Cash
wow,
covered.
yeah.
So he's just that kind of. There's a sense of humor to his poignant country music. Towns Van Zant's another guy who's got a sense of humor to him, and then just it allowed us also to write really heartfelt thoughts without taking it too seriously. And it was a theory. There's like a Hank Williams Sr. That's what he always thought. He was trying to write like the funny pages. Like he thought songs should be as clear and to understand as like a 3-part comic. But then he would be trying to write about his real life, which was full of turmoil and chaos because of his alcohol use and his drug use. So there was just this kind of like approach of like, what, let's use humor to deliver these really sad subjects, really, if you think about it. And then over time, it took on a world of its own, and there's another guy named Roger Miller. He's a great songwriter. He wrote like King of the Road. But he's another guy who's always used humor to really hit home these sad things. So that was a big part of it.
How
You know,
nice was it to win that Hamilton Music Award for best country album on your first release with this new project? I mean, there's so much success with Finger 11, but then something brand new. It's completely different.
yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, honestly, for anybody to even know that that band exists, let alone win an award for it, blows my mind. Like it just started off as such a joke, not like a joke like we thought it was stupid, just like it's stuff that is so much fun and ridiculousness. I never thought it would ever see the light of day. And then when it got signed, and then we got released, and then we put records out, and people listened to it. And now we got fans around the world. We get messages from Denmark and Germany, and it's just sure, man. It's just a good reminder. It's worth trying because you just never know where it could end up.
So one final fan question. This is from Mike Dunn. He says, ask him if he still keeps in contact with Randall the Midget, and if so, why hasn't he shown up on a Blackie Jackett Junior record playing the washboard? So I feel like there's an inside joke there that I'm not privy to.
I feel like there is too. I feel like I might not remember who Randall the Midget was. But maybe James would. I wish he was here right now
Oh,
because
maybe
he'd be
that's
like,
a
"Oh
maybe that's a
yeah."
joke for James then.
That's the one thing about all of us. Our brain, our collective brains, make up a lot of the memories. So unless we're all together, it's hard for us to piece together memories. You
You're
know,
one
even the way
collective
we tell
mother
stories,
brain.
we're so used to like bouncing off each other. Even when we tell stories, I'll be telling a story and I'll be like, man, this is usually when Sean jumps in. You know what I mean? Or this is usually when James jumps in. I can't remember that part of the story because that's usually there. Anyway, so the Randall the Midget, I'm not sure if he ever does appear again. Sure, throw him on a Blackie Jackett record. We put everything else on there. So why
Yeah, I
not?
did. I
One
did
thing
a
I got to say
Google
about Black,
search. I did a Google
yeah, I
search to
mean,
see who that was, and it's an actor, a successful actor that's in a bunch of movies. So I'm not too sure. I'll ask James what the
weird.
connection is.
Yeah, I wonder, man. I wonder. I also want to say that the two other guys or people in Blackie Jackett Jr., Jimmy Reed, Sandra D, they're just as important as me and James making that music is awesome.
Amazing. Powerful shout out. What would you say looking back on your 30 plus year career in the music industry? What would you say you're most grateful for?
Your career in the music industry, I guess. I mean, to be able to keep doing it. There was definitely a point where we were only trying to succeed enough to make another record. And now to be at this point in my life and in my age and just sort of to be able to look back and be like, wow, that worked. And now we've made a career out of it. And we have what we've already accomplished can't be taken away from us. So it's like, that's a nice feeling. I mean, we've accomplished more than we ever thought we would. So the rest is really just gravy to us. And we still love doing it. So I don't know. I guess that would be my genuine answer is the ability to still be able to do it with my best friends in the same band that we started. That's it's in itself is a blessing. So
that's amazing. Final question. If you could go back in time and you could sit down next to your 10-year-old self. So there's cute little 10-year-old Rick Jackett sitting beside you. If you could whisper advice in his ear after 30 years of experience and memories and a journey and mentorship and all these things, if you could just whisper some advice that would help little baby Rick Jackett, can we call him Ricky? If we could help him along the way, what advice would you give him?
I don't know, man. Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't want to mess with it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to mess with the timeline. Like, what if I said something and then it messed, like,
you become an accountant or something?
Like, what if I told him to practice more and then I did practice more, and because I played better guitar, I didn't write a certain riff that was only available to me because of my limited skill? I don't know what I would say to him. Probably what I would say to him was like, stay away from cigarettes. I don't even smoke anymore, but I did for a long time. And that was one of the only real regrets in my life, that I wish I just never started smoking cigarettes. That'd be my most genuine. The other thing I would just be like, make sure to enjoy it. That's what I said. I'd be like, just always enjoy it, which I feel like I have tried to. So
amazing. That's good advice. Well, hey, Rick, thank you so much for your time. It's probably been closer to 2.5 hours or more than that at this point. So I really appreciate it. As I mentioned, I'm a massive Finger 11 fan going back to the time when this is like 21 years ago or something. And it means a lot to be able to talk to you. And I do this for the listeners. I do this for the Finger 11 fans, but part of this is me as a super fan. I just got to sit down with a member from one of my favorite bands and really pick his brain and ask the questions that I want to know myself. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, my pleasure, man. You know what? I think that's what made it a great conversation, because I enjoy that too. I like talking about. I'm proud of it, and we all are. And it's nice to talk to someone who has appreciated it as much as you have over the years. So I really appreciate it too, man.
Amazing. Thanks, brother.